Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. YouTube, Ali here again. Just continuing the series. I wanted to finish this off so that we'll get it done. um, which is the articles of faith. The article that I'll discuss in this video is the angels of Allah subhanahu wa taala. One of the cardinal articles of faith is to believe in the angels of Allah. So the question might arise is what kind of creatures are angels? Okay, basically angels are spiritual creatures that were created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they're very obedient to his will and command. They whatever he tells them to do, that is what they do. They're not they don't deviate from whatever his commands to them are. They're neither male nor female, husband nor wife, no children, no nothing. Basically they're just them. Right. They have no material bodies, but they can assume any form that they like. Um, and if you read the story of the prophet, you'll find that various instances where the angel came in the form of man and other things to the prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So that's what they are. And basically, angels do not eat or drink like human beings, so they don't enjoy sleep and all these other things that we enjoy as luxuries here. There are there are many angels. Um, there are four main angels in Islam. The angel Jibreel alayhi salam, angel Mikael alayhi salam, angel Israfil alayhi salam, and angel Israel alayhi salam. Basically, and there are other angels as well. And I'll get into that in a second. But let me just give you the functioning of the different angels that I just mentioned there. The angel Jibreel alayhi salam, basically, he was the angel that was responsible for delivering the message from God to the various prophets. He basically also was, helped some of the prophets fight enemies. You know, Basically, he's also responsible for delivering, quote unquote, Allah's anger to the sinful of the world. So basically, and then he's also mentioned as the Holy Spirit. So Angel Jibreel and the Holy Spirit are one and the same. Just don't be confused about that when you read the Quran. Um, okay. Then Angel Mikael, basically, he's responsible for bringing the food and the rain and to all of Allah's creatures. There are many angels that work under him. However, he's like the quote unquote supervisor of these angels. So he's responsible for making sure that that the rains and all these other things fall according to Allah's will. But he has angels that he controls the cloud, the wind, the rain, the river, the ponds, everything. In that light. Angel Israfil alayhi salam, he is the angel. His entire function is to blow the sur, which is basically the trumpet to call for the day of judgment. So he's the angel that his lips are on the sur, waiting to blow on that for the day of judgment. And that's his entire function, just to wait until that day to blow that trumpet. That's it. Okay. Angel Israel alayhi salam, basically, he is responsible for taking the lives of creatures. Basically, he's the quote unquote angel of death. There are many other angels that work under him, kind of like Mikael alayhi salam. But again, he's the main angel that Allah commands, for whenever someone or animal or whatever is to die. And we'll get more into that later on. As for like whenever you're, in Islam, you're killing an animal, you always say a prayer so that Allah will take the life of that creature. So to make the meat halal for you, zabiha. Okay. Outside of those four main angels, there are other angels. Like for instance, there are two angels that is with every man and woman. There's one on your right and one on your left. Basically, that like if you ever pay attention to a Muslim praying, at the end of his prayer, he always does Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. And the reason he does that is because on both sides of him there are two angels, one that records the good deeds, one that records the bad deeds of the person. So because they're always with you, when you say salam, you're saying salam to these angels. Um, you know, type thing, right? Then there are angels that guard human beings from calamities. You know, they look after the children, the old, the weak, and whoever Allah deems them to protect, kind of like the guardian angels, if you will. Um, then there are angels that question the dead in the graves. There are two angels that visit the graves of every individual. They're called Munkar and Nakir. Basically, these are the angels that ask you. There are three questions that you're asked when you die. We'll get into that a little later on, inshallah. Um, but basically, those two angels, they question you as to, your faith, etc. Your religion, your deen, your faith, and I forget the other question. I'll get it for you, and I'll post it in another video. Then there are some angels that basically they just, they roam the earth to places wherever people gather for worship to remember Allah. And whatever form it is, whether it's in the mosque, whether it's in the home, whether it's wherever, these angels are there, and they basically take that message that these individuals were there at this gathering. This is why it's important as Muslims that if you're invited to to go to someone's home for Quran Sharif or something, that you should make the effort to go. All right. Then there are angels that look after Jannah, which is the paradise, and there are angels that look after Jahannam, which is the hell. And then there are angels that basically their entire, purpose is just to pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and not to do anything more than that. And again, just to, clarify, like in the Christian theology, Iblis, Satan, was a fallen angel. In Muslim theology, he's not an angel. He is actually a jinn, which is one of the other creatures that Allah has created. We were created of clay. He was created of smokeless fire. Okay, so angels, they basically just follow whatever the will of and command of Allah is, and of course, the question might arise: do we ever worship the angels? And no, we do not. They are just there for, um, uh, you know, um, Allah's helpers, so to speak. All right, and there are many other angels that I mentioned, Harut and these other guys that basically they taught people how to do magic, etc., etc. I'm not going to get into those, but this is what the purpose of this video is to explain to you a little bit about the angels and their purpose, etc. So hopefully this was helpful in understanding why it is important to believe in the angels, why it is important to respect them, etc., etc. And I will inshallah post the other few videos as soon as I can get a chance to get them together. So inshallah, I look forward to the next video. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May peace and blessing God be upon each one of you.